behind a little bit there, but we're going to split on the panel either side. Alliance versus NaVi, game number 2. Let's get it underway.
Cinderin, before we get started, I have to say this is the ugliest Dragon Knight set I have ever seen. It's an absolute abomination. Do you agree?
It's not great.
Thank you, Cinderin, for agreeing with me for once. That's going to be the last time this match. I do believe that will occur. Which lineup do you like, Cinderin?
I like them both, actually. I don't think I have a clear favorite in this based on strategy. Both teams have pretty good wave clear. Both teams have good team fight. Both teams have strong timings. I think Alliance have the... It's a little bit similar to what we've seen VP Prodigy play, where they have a couple of tanky heroes and then some... If you swap out one of the supports for a more saving support instead of a stun, it would remind me a bit of Prodigy, who have been playing this like Dragon Knight plus another tanky core. In this game, it's a Brewmaster, you could argue. But it's still obviously Alliance's touch on it with Nico Baby, safe lane Shadow Fiend. Always a treat to watch. It's very unique. Like almost no other team ever plays this, but Nico loves that. So Alliance will be looking for a very strong mid game, and NaVi are a little bit more about that later portions. Yeah. Lots of damage.
Gracious. FNG trying to create some more space. Don't think they really get this second bounty, but they will secure
2 for 2.
The top river one. Yeah, 2 for 2 overall. So like you said, the SF safe lane, that means the mid matchup is going to be Magical's Medusa versus Limp's DK. How does this matchup go?
I think they both just farm.
Neither of them does any damage, but they're very tanky.
Yeah, Medusa will farm and secure range creeps with Mystic Snake and try to burn Dragon Knight's mana, and Dragon Knight will buy Soul Ring, so he can always get Breathe Fire out. And they will not really threaten each other. So I think in the very early stages of the laning phase, Dragon Knight has a bit of an advantage with Breathe Fire skilled. So we might see Limp get a slight advantage here, but then Medusa eventually with a couple of levels pushes out quickly with Split Shot, and then she farms a side camp every time as well. So all in all, we'll probably mostly even out.
Okay. And then in the bot lane, we have Crystallized on the Monkey King being accompanied by Ilias's Disruptor versus Grimstroke and Brewmaster. Is this
that's a good
how good is this
lane
for Monkey?
I think it's good after level 3. Until level 3, Monkey King is just not a strong safe laner in 2v2s most of the time. Yeah, you get Jingu Mastery up, but it's not powerful enough on level 1, the bonus lifesteal being 15%, but once you get it to 30, that's when the heal really starts mattering with your stun. So early on, I think Alliance will be completely fine here. Even playing a melee hero into Monkey doesn't matter that much. But if they bite their time on NaVi, that lane will be really strong for them for sure.
Handskin already forced to use Salve, so in terms of the regen game, NaVi definitely ahead in this lane thus far. Crystallize off to a decent start of that range creep does get denied. Oh boy. How tilting can it be? The kinetic field will keep S4 in place. Crystallize, not sure if he wants to commit. The Jingu does connect, and the Boundless Strike with that proc. Beautifully done. Actually dodges the Ink Swell as well to add insult to injury. So nice job from NaVi in this bot lane.
Yeah, you can definitely play this lane without dying on Brew at this point. It's possible. But S4 really wanted that deny. And, well, he paid for it, so... Or wait, he didn't get a deny. Did it? Was it Monkey King who got the range creep deny? I was looking at another lane.
There was a denied range creep.
Oh, it was Grim who got it. Gotcha, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta... It's a little bit of a balancing act playing against Monkey King always. Like, if you're full HP on Brew in these situations, you're probably fine. If you're down to half or 2/3 against this Disruptor, it can get dangerous. Nice.
Top
Another
lane,
good
by the way.
though.
Telekinesis into Hoof Stomp. And Pasha, of course, popped his Retaliate, so dealt a considerable amount of damage to Nico, who will be forced to salve up now. Not exactly the... I mean, if I thought of an old school combo with Centaur, it would be the Shadow Demon pairing, but Telekinesis obviously not too shabby at all.
Rubik's Cent is a beastly lane. It will get interesting, though, when Shadow Fiend gets level 3, which he got just now, because it ramps up his damage so hard in this lane now. Ogre has a stun and a slow, so connecting 3 raises is not that difficult. When the carry or the core of the lane is a melee, you can easily hit that short range raise on a Fire Blast. And they might actually try right now.
Ooh, the kinetic field doesn't actually block him in, but the Jingu Mastery, nice blocks off from Ilias. And Boundless Strike again will be enough, and the Ink Swell will die with the dead body of S4, and they're just going to continue on for Handskin. Well, not able to actually find him, though. The tower dealing considerable damage.
That could have worked. They could have maybe got him there, but playing it safe. I don't mind too much. Henskin doesn't have any regen, so now he's kind of just sitting here. He'll try to CS with Stroke of Fate, but if he ever comes close, he can die to a Thunderstrike plus Monkey Stun. So S4 will have to bring him a salve. And they're off to a really rough start bot. I thought they would be doing better than this, to be honest, early on.
Yeah,
But
well,
Crystallize has been owning.
now they're dealing a little bit of damage to Crystallize, but they've expended pretty much everything. So Crystallize is just going to eat a tree, and we'll be good to go.
I'll salve him up with Ilias, and all he needs to do
middle
is...
lane, Magical, forced to salve. It's actually be canceled by Limp, who has no mana to speak of, but completely zoning out Magical.
He is destroying him, actually.
22 and 7 to 11 and 5.
I don't know. We've seen so many Dragon Knights just own in lane.
Top
maybe
lane,
my read on the
Cinderman,
hero's wrong.
telekinesis, and a hoof stomp again. One more right click should do it, and they will find it in the end. It's going to be a courier death as well. FNG on the run. Do they have enough to take him out? Negative, but he'll feel very bad about himself right now. Hanskin was getting chased in the bot lane in the meantime. Ilias going to get thunder clapped. Crystallize is here to zone him out.
Hanskin's dead.
Again applied to Hanskin.
Maybe not. Just
down.
That was about as close as it gets. I think he got overkilled by like 3 damage on the last tick.
So
Very
they are
close.
getting completely Alliances getting dumpstered in this bot lane. But mid lane, Alliance is kind of dumpstering themselves. So
if Dragon Knight was not owning, this would already be looking really bad for Alliance right now. Monkey King, this is the type of game that he can take over with momentum, and Brewmaster plays pretty badly from behind. So,
yeah, Monkey
but I
King
still would
level 4
imagine
right
Magical will get more of a grip here. Like now he's starting to pressure Limp a lot more, and we'll start farming side camps probably, like we mentioned before. A little bit more levels and split shot will make it easy.
Invis Rune was not going to be used to gank mid. Limp did salve up, so he's quite safe now. We'll pop his ult along with the Dragon Tail. Just going to force Magical out of lane for now. See if he hits the tower too, gets a little love tap, negative. Not feeling confident enough. Does have 1 mango, but other than that, pretty much out of mana right now. Does eat it though. So, what can, without a gank, Medusa against DK at this stage now, with the 6-minute rune popping up, it's going to be bottom. Limp could get it if he wants, but obviously...
Oh, Hanskin's in trouble. The Invis from Ilias just catching him off guard here.
Inkswell is there, will connect, but he will likely fall shortly after Jingu with the Boundless Strike. They just need a little bit of vision. And Hanskin, again dead. That is the 2nd death on him to go along with the 2 deaths on S4. So 4 deaths overall in that bot lane.
So their combined net worth bot lane between Alliance's heroes is 2,400.
Oh, they're going to get this kill potentially. It's going to be close. The regen is available to take. Will be canceled, though. Yeah, that's a big hit right there.
He survived, but it was a big hit. That hit did
that
900 damage
gone,
hit, if you think about it. That was 900 damage and 400 mana. Imagine that as a spell. That would be really good.
And he's forced to bring out a... he's going to regen up with his passive. It's 3 levels of Dragon's Blood right now. But we'll get a mana pot on the way. Magical's now pushing this lane a bit. Going to drain even more mana. I forgot he doesn't even do that anymore.
Looking at the overall gold bottom, Navi's lane is 1,000 gold ahead. Alliance's combined gold is 2,600, and theirs is actually 4.7k. But more importantly,
you can't talk because S4 might be dying again in this bot lane. 3 stacks
I'm looking at it.
Crystallize, Boundless Strike. Does proc it, level 6 right now.
He's
S4
dead.
attempting to get out of dodge, but the telekinesis keeps him in tow. And not only dead for a 3rd time, but no TP to get back to lane. That hurts.
He's level 4, almost 5. Crystallize is halfway to level 7.
So if we remember, Cinder, in last game, he died a bunch on Beastmaster and ended up doing just fine. Not quite the same. This is worse.
Yeah, this is worse. It's definitely worse, and there's a key difference in this game in the inability to rotate, right? Last game, they had a Queen of Pain bail them out of jail, if you will, in that lane quickly. This time around, you have a Dragon Knight. It's just not the same thing. If Dragon Knight rotates bot, he doesn't necessarily have the burst to kill off the Monkey King. If Monkey has Jingu's running, I don't think they kill him with 3 heroes. So you need to execute it much more crisp. to make it work. And Limp kind of wants to push mid anyway, rather than go ganking. So
Hanskin getting chased by Disruptor, but Limp pops the Dragon form, applying a little pressure to Rubik. FNG is going to get caught off guard, though. Was pressuring the Medusa in the jungle a little bit. Limp is going to get stunned from the Inkswell as they're completely surrounding him. We'll see if he's tanky enough. Jingu Mastery with the Boundless Strike finally does proc. Not sure they'll have enough, though, as Limp will fly away to safety.
space for S4, finally.
He
Gets to play his hero a bit. I mean, you gotta wonder why S4 did not get at least 1 point in Drunken Brawler, right? Like, to me, that's really surprising. You're laning against Monkey King. You have a spell that gives you 50% dodge for 5 seconds. That ruins Monkey King if he doesn't hit you and build up Jingus. But just fully obsessing over getting this high damage build for his Grimstroke.
Nico Baby being forced out of the river as Crystallize already had Jingu up. Gonna apply more pressure to FNG now. My god, he's melting! Crystallize with so much damage. Inkswell upon Nico Baby. Dragon's Blood is there though. Crystallize gonna be very low, but the SF will be the first to fall after the fact, and Crystallize now attempting to run away. Dragon Tail is up in 1 second. Boundless Strike keeping him in place.
Oh god, Alliance are getting owned.
Limp is gone. 3
They're getting
for
so
nothing.
owned.
Say it louder. Okay. Thanks for joining us, Cinder. Limp. Got so quiet.
You don't own me.
Why is it so quiet?
I have my own thought.
We have a 10-minute mark, and this time it's an outpost for each respective side. The streak has ended. It feels like the last few games we've casted, it's been one team just dominating the outposts every single game. So that means level 6 is all around, except for FNG, who's level 4 right now. I assume and hope that the tome will come to him. Although Hanskin's pretty greedy. Not sure if he took it.
I think he might have taken it already. I'm not sure. It's a card coming
Yeah,
out.
I wouldn't be surprised. Slayer, Telekinesis keeps S4 at bay, but pretty much the
That's a
entirety
good
of the line
steal.
here in this
Bloodlust
mid lane.
for Medusa and Monkey King stolen by the Rubik.
Yeah, that is good. S4 able to get the primal split off. Soulbind onto 2. Looks like Disruptor is going to be the first to fall in this engagement. Inkswell will connect onto Crystallize. He's now basically at half HP. Applying more pressure. The Fire Blast connects into the Dragon. They have so many stuns, and down goes the Monkey. Despite Alliance losing fight after fight after fight, the primal split's stolen by Slayer. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Tier 1 tower will go down. But so far, Alliance has won this fight handily. Hanskin and company are still here for support here on the Dragon Knight. And yeah, the primal split, not able to really get anything out of it.
This whole thing actually got set up by a key mistake from Ilias. He didn't have enough mana for Static Storm. He didn't pop his stick in time, and then the split came out. I think they were trying to catch S4 in kinetic static, but didn't account for his lack of mana there, I do believe. And obviously, Brewmaster just dies there if he gets Static Storm. He'll have no fight whatsoever, and they're going to defend their tower easily and maybe even get bonus kills. So that was a really big deal for Alliance. They finally get something going their way. It's still a bit of a mountain to climb. You lost the early game against a lineup that has Medusa and Monkey King, but it's the first of many moves that they need to truly bring this game back to even.
Yep, still a 3k deficit for them. We can get a little bit of an item update here. Pasha finishes his Vanguard. We'll be going towards Blink now. Magical about to finish his Yasha. So first item, Manta, not too big of a surprise. Where would you like him to go after Manta?
Probably Butterfly, straight away.
Okay.
And then Rapier. I think so. Maybe.
Third
I mean, we'll
item,
see.
Rapier.
We'll see if it's that kind of game for him right now. But it definitely seems like a great Butterfly game. It's good against Dragon Knight. It's good against Shadow Fiend to an extent. I mean, there's also something good to be said about Scotty, because to an extent, Alliance are very spell heavy in their lineup. It's not that right-click heavy yet. Shadow Fiend will go a carrier build, obviously, because he's safe lane. In this game, they need his physical damage, but I like Scotty or Butter the most, I think.
And Scotty's better now against DK in theory because of the health regen from his passive.
It's not. It's generally not going to win you a fight that he heals 4 less per second from Dragon Blood, but
Cinder, it's huge, especially when he gets level 25, which will have
Alliance better be ready here. Good position from FNG.
Tier 1
Scouting
tower taking heavy damage. Slayer. It's like It's going to be the Stampede into the Disruptor ult, and down goes Brew. You talked about how they needed that to take down the Brew to prevent the Primal Split. As Limp gets glimpsed into a Wukong's command, but there's the Shadow Fiend ult. Reckon doing heavy damage. Soulbind onto 2 now. FNG not able to get off the stun after the fact, and Limp and company have to get out of dodge. Magical with the Stone Gaze, not able to turn anybody into actual stone this time around. Nico Baby has no mana at all. I'm wondering how they actually re-engage here, which looks like they kind of want to do. Maybe just try to tick down this tier 1, as Limp is quite healthy.
This is a really good read from Alliance to finish this tower off. You might be a bit intimidated because you're 3-on-4 down here, or you were. But knowing that all these big abilities are in cooldown from NaVi, from Monkey King, Medusa, and the Disruptor, you feel confident that Dragon Knight is very tanky here and can finish off that tower with SF on backup. So that was a very good read, and important, again, for them to open up the map even further. I do wonder... So, compared to other Alliance games, who are you going to have playing the difficult lane on the map? Like, who is difficult to kill for NaVi with their glimpse? There's no, like, hero with superb mobility or escape on Alliance, so to speak. Dragon Knight may be tanky, but he will definitely die if he gets 3-man ganked by this Radiant side, or 2-man ganked even by Monkey King Disruptor. I think they could kill him. Got to be a little bit wise about how you spread your resources. Where in more of the games I've seen against NaVi, there's been better wave clearing in the enemy team than there is in this game, or more safely, I would say. Like, Shadow Fiend wave clearing is dangerous, man. Dying on that hero sucks.
Yeah,
so
it takes forever to get your souls back, and he's pretty squishy for a good portion of the game. Alliance have smoked up now. Limp with the Blink Dagger. Not sure if... Has this been revealed yet? Was that in the last fight? I'm not sure. I guess no. They let the Courier live. Inkswell onto Limp. Not able to find anybody, but they're going to jump in onto Pasha with the Dragon Tail. Thunderclap to follow. The Silence is there as well. And it looks like even the Primal Split expended. That's a little bit surprising. Perhaps trying to zone out, assuming that the rest of NaVi will come to help, but that is not the case.
That is space, though. That is some serious space. They used Primal Split, Dragon Form, and it took them like 20 seconds.
All right, he did find somebody technically, Cinder, in bottom lane. Rubik, just as the Broodling was about to expire, did get lifted. FNG needs the vision for the Fire Blast. Pull the TP out. Slayer's going to get canceled. The multicast to follow. Nico Baby not really looking to follow this up at all. So maybe he just walked away anyway.
He uses him to make the path. How nice.
That was so weird. Nico Baby's like, I'm farming this camp. I don't care if it's the free kill. Not interested.
It is dangerous for Shadow Fiend to show his face bot. He can get TP glimpsed. He knows how important his life is right now. He needs to get BKB.
Now
Here comes Magical.
Tower from Alliance is getting pounded upon. And Magical does have the Manta stop.
They glimpsed SF.
The glimpse SF the hell out of here. And with that, Alliance probably gives this up.
Yeah,
S4, they know that he doesn't have Primal Split right now. Still a lot of damage being done to Pasha. He's actually going to jump in, does Limp with a Static Storm to follow inside the Wukong's command. Limp taking heavy damage, and he gets melted. Not even close. Perhaps thought he was tankier than he actually is. FNG now getting spotted. Boundless Strike keeps him in place. Telekinesis to follow, and that is a second kill for NaVi. Alliance are just going to have to run now.
Yeah, I mean, we would just call a spade there, right? That kill was not happening. His team was not in range to get the Centaur. He's obviously going to be jumping into enemy heroes there. Like, any sort of save will kill the Dragon Knight there, whether it's Static Storm, Kinetic Field, or just a Rubik Lift, or Monkey King Stun. Like, there's too many problems for Limp to execute that kill. And maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Alliance, he maybe thought he had some backup closer by. But obviously, he is the only one on his team with a Blink Dagger. They couldn't get there. This game looks really grim for Alliance right now, you gotta say. Like, they just lost their mid tower as well. 6k gold lead against the Medusa. This Radiant lineup scales like crazy into late game. Medusa, Monkey, and Centaur, all three phenomenal late game heroes.
Yeah.
Disruptor, whenever you get ahead in a fight right now in this mid game portion, when there's no BKBs up, you get bonus kills. You can always get the vision with Stampede or Monkey jumping to trees. There's so many good things about Navi's strategy right now that are really coming together.
Yeah, for sure. But Alliance, on the other hand, not so hot as a result.
Really not, no.
Yeah.
Not this game.
S4, I mean, he just finished Helm of the Dominator. He's quite poor. About 1,600 difference between him and the Centaur right now, who I believe, just finished his Blink Dagger. So not only tanky, will have the initiation factor now. I'm just wondering, like, at what point does, like, what kind of itemization is S4 looking for this game? Is it just the aura type of game, like the Vlads, or maybe it's too late for drums, but AC is maybe too far away?
On who did you say? On
the Brewmaster. Do you go for like a blink? Like, do you need the extra initiation? Because you already have the blink on the Dragonite, so I assume that's not something you go for.
I think he has to just buy auras and hope Shadow Fiend and DK get the job done. I don't think there's anything like S4 is never going to get a Radiance in this game at a good timing, and I don't think the dagger matters that much. Like whether he gets a clap off before the split or not, and even if he does, it's not a good. Oh boy. That's a good storm. Oh my god, get out of here.
Static Storm onto 3 heroes, and they are melting left, right, and center. 2 dead right off the bat. Nico Baby able to get off the Requiem of Souls, but Limp is glimpsed back into the Wukong's command, and that is a double kill for Crystallize and 3 kills overall for NaVi.
Damn.
This is snowballing out of control, as NaVi is just winning every single engagement.
What I was going to say about the Brew Dagger, you're kind of seeing it here as well, is if Brew goes in and needs to do anything before splitting, he's just susceptible to so many things this game. He can get Monkey Stunned from a tree, he can get lifted by Rubik, he can get Static Stormed. If any of these things happen, he can even get Blink Stunned by Centaur. Any of these things happen, you're dead. Like, even if you have a dagger and you blink in first, there's instant counterplays. So Alliance will try to defend Roche.
Try to defend this. Yeah, Roche is only at half HP. They don't have the greatest Roche taking capability again.
Does
Alliance on the
Magical
hand.
need BKB here? I know you're against Brewmaster, but maybe it's... I know this is what you usually used to do on Medusa against Brewmaster, because Brew loves playing against Dusa, just cycloning him 2 times every fight. The hero is very immobile. It's very easy to get on top of and get that done, and usually the enemy strategy is built around fighting in like a concentrated area where Medusa just gets to hit and Brew can counterplay that. But just given how this game has gone so far, I don't know if Magical actually needs to go this route at all. Could go for something more damage heavy, but I mean it's solid still for sure.
I mean, from a general standpoint, would you consider going BKB now? What's the best way to put this? Does it help you extend your lead, or does it just help you survive fights? Is it a combination of the two? Like if you go damage right now, can they kill you? Because right now it feels like they're a decent amount ahead that he's not going to be dying in a fight.
See, that's what I think too. I feel like killing Medusa right now for the Dire is almost impossible. Like, there are so many things that need to go right. So yeah, it's part of the reason I would like to see a Butter or a Scotty here. It's just like more ramp up, right? It's faster farming. BKB is a terrible farming item. It always has been. It's the only reason the item isn't broken.
I mean, it is broken. Let's be real. Something that's bought almost every game is basically broken.
Imagine that item was not in the game, how broken some heroes would be, though.
Yep.
No, you would have to rebuild the entire hero roster.
It's a necessary
if BKB wasn't an item. Yeah.
Wand is broken, by the way. Basically, everybody picks it up.
Is that your metric for an item being broken? That everybody buys it? Because then Boots of Speed are broken.
Yeah, Boots of Speed are very broken, Cinder.
Okay.
Very broken.
I did play with a Storm yesterday who never bought Boots in my 45-minute game. So maybe they're not that broken. I'm not salty at all.
That's true. You can win without Boots. This is true.
We lost.
Play Weaver
and
as well.
We probably would have won if he had treads. So...
Okay, shout out to that idiot in Cinderin Pub. You've been blasted now. Good luck playing another game without somebody blasting you back.
I avoided him.
The question is, did you avoid? So the way that your avoid list works doesn't really. I don't get it. You roll over, right? So eventually they get off your list because there's only so many people you can have, right? But you can't keep. Do you keep track of who they are? Like, can you remove people individually? I don't remember what's in the actual
Yes, you can go and cancel people out.
But you don't do that. Anytime. You just let it roll over.
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
So it's like a prison sentence, right? You just let them do their time. Can't play with you again. It's such a pleasure and an honor to play with the great Cinderin. As FNG is going to get hoof stomped into the double edge, and that's a free kill. They might be able to find more. There's a Dragon Tail fall onto Monkey King. Drops in. Static Storm onto 2. The Soulbind is used to counteract this. The Glimpse now onto the Brewmaster, and he was just about to get Primal Split off, but not to be, my friend. Another death for poor S4. That is number 6 on his record. Magical and company going to continue on, but Nico Baby, Requiem of Souls from the trees. Brewmaster buys back into the game, which means he'll have the Primal Split available. Buy back onto the Rubik now as Centaur was the first to fall. Magical, nice timing, BKB, destroying Limp from every single side. He's going to focus onto Nico Baby now, who gets his BKB off. Looks like he'll find Crystallize in the end, so a double kill for Nico. Handskin, oh my god, Slayer takes him out with ease. The stolen stroke of fate. S4's Primal Split has now ended, and will scurry away on those panda feet.
All things considered, that was not that bad for Alliance. Nico came up big from the tree line there. They were not expecting that Requiem at all, so a bit of a surprise play. But the advantage too big, and the Medusa BKB definitely came in handy that time. Hard to say how that goes without the BKB. Maybe Alliance can come back a little bit there. But yeah, buybacks from each side.
Expecting the big fights.
The Brew buyback, though, is pretty big. If this guy gets killed by Navi without a buyback split, they have so little control in the upcoming fight. And S4 seems to just be getting caught in Static Storm every single fight this game. It's hard for him to play around it, really. Might need to revise his positioning entirely and just accept that he can't use any other spell than ult in these fights. Like, just start way behind and let Dragon Knight set him up.
I mean, is there any even though he's not farming anything anytime soon, is there consideration for something like a BKB, or is the fact that you can't blink in, like if you had a blink BKB, that would make a lot of sense, right? You can wreak havoc with your normal spells and then ult as the BKB is about to run out, but is he BKB walking in? Like, what do you do? You just ult from a distance then.
It's not great,
Very weird. Telekinesis.
This is a big kill.
Oh my. SF gets destroyed. They have such good catch on Navi. They're finding people constantly.
It was just a matter of time before Nico would get caught pushing waves. Like, it will happen eventually. It's really, really hard to avoid in a game like this. Against this much catch, you need to play the perfect game to not get caught a single time. And this is a big one because no buyback. Even if he did, he wouldn't have souls. And this rush should be pretty much guaranteed for Navi unless Alliance pull off some sort of miracle defense, but they can't do it. It's just no way.
Yeah, there's not much they can do, so they're just going to farm and push out the side lanes as much as possible. And Aegis will be Navi, so they got crushed last game with all the Roshan kills, and they're now returning the favor on Alliance. Although, like we talked about, they don't have the greatest Rosh taking team yet until Medusa gets a lot of damage. But when they're able to take a fight, and you're right, like SF buying back does nothing. One of the worst buyback heroes in the game, as we've said before. What is S4 working on? Oh, he just finished Treads. That's all his income right now. Yeah. Super rough. Stuck in the jungle now.
Heard my comment about the Storm. He was like, okay, I guess you need Treads to win.
Wait, I thought you said Storm didn't have boots in general.
Yeah, like he didn't have boots either.
Yeah. What a piece of shit.
I like you, Suns fan. You didn't even experience it, but you're just automatically on my side. Man, I can appreciate
every time I see a post on Reddit about fountain diving, I get triggered. I'm not gonna lie. That's my biggest pet peeve.
You just want to support your buddies.
I hate fountain diving. God, it's the worst. Fountain camping is even a better way to describe it. Magical, working towards a divine rapier, has the sacred relic now. S4 looking to initiate, and by initiate I mean walk in and use his ult. Alias, of course, great positioning so far this game with the static storm. Able to get that off pretty much every single time. Nico Baby is sitting on the 9-second BKB now. Has an S and Y, so the extra status resistance to come into play here. For the stuns that Navi do have.
Alliance are just in this awkward spot here where they have pretty good vision about what's happening, but they can't ever open on Medusa. It's actually, I feel like the fight is impossible to win if you open on Medusa. It's just a death sentence for your whole team. So whenever Medusa is the one pushing the wave, you just got to sit there and watch and hope the enemy team tries to initiate on you and you get to get a better target, or you split out on the map and don't do anything at all there. And in the end, Navi will give up a bit of position mid, but they're doing it for their own gain. They're getting the top tower, and Alliance look to be too slow to get a response tower bottom. And I love this too. Like, actually, they're kind of over protecting top, I think. They don't need this many. Yep, this is exactly what could happen. The guy who needs the protection is now alone. Like, Dusa could stand top solo. They're not going to go on her.
Ooh, they're not.
So they could have covered Crystallized mid, but if there's one extra hero from Alliance in the mid area, Crystallized dies killing that wave, and that would have been terrible.
There's no reason they can't continue. They know Dragon Dragon Knight's ult has been expended. Still has a decent amount of duration left, but with the Aegis intact for Magical, dealing a lot of damage with this Sacred Relic, and still has the 9-second BKB now. Oh, we're gonna have the initiation. Limp is gonna jump in with that Ink Swell, gets telekinesis with a stun onto Ilias. They really need this kill. He gets silenced after the fact, but pops the Ghost Scepter, and as a result will live, at least for now, but the Panda Brew ult goes off and finally gets that pesky disruptor, but he's gonna buy back in the game along with the Ogre Magi as Crystallize jumps onto a tree. Limp is gonna stun him with the Ink Swell, but it doesn't have vision.
Oh, I didn't cut it. He cut it too late.
Not quite cut it. Crystallize pops the wand now at half HP. Soul Bind onto 2. Crystallize is going to take the brunt of the damage, but Medusa is just going to sit inside the Static Storm and take out the Ogre Magi with ease. That is a dieback for him as Nico Baby forced to retreat with the BKB activated, and still an Aegis on the Medusa, so they haven't lost him yet. S4 was hoof stomped into a glimpse and will likely be the second casualty here for Alliance if you want to count the Ogre Magi dying twice.
There is gold for Rapier non-magical. He still has Aegis for another minute, and it's already flying out. This is high ground time for them. No split, no SF, no Dragon Knight form. This top Rax is dead. More than likely, he just goes for it with Disruptor and Centaur covering him, and that's good enough. And you see the ping coming out from Nico. It's like, this guy is a Rapier, so now he deals triple damage of before almost. And here we go.
Triples a lot. We'll be pounding upon the racks, and like you said, we'll likely just have to give this up without any sort of mounted defense. Brewmaster still dead for another 30 seconds. Is going a Blink Dagger, by the way. So now that we've talked about that item a bit, potentially, do you think it's the right choice? You basically said no before.
I still think you should probably buy Vlad's.
Like, blinking in, you can still get silenced. And then you feel even worse because you're putting yourself in horrible position.
I think what he wants to do is blink behind the enemy team and use split instantly and not use clap at all. Like, I don't think you cast your other spells in this game.
That feels so bad.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to use any spell but R. Unbind your hotkeys now, please.
Brewmaster surprisingly many games, though, that he gets caught in that predicament where you kind of only your ult in many games.
Yep. Well, Aegis is now gone.
Aegis is down. NaVi, Alliance, they really want this fight. This is their chance at coming back in the game. Is somehow taking a fight where they kill a couple of enemy supports. Disruptor doesn't have buyback. Rubik actually doesn't either. He does soon, though. But if they could open up on the supports and kite the Dusa and then kill her last, that would be... Oh, just this?
It's the Bounty Rune bait. Static Storm onto 2. Nico bait with a huge Requiem of Souls. This is going to be Rapier going the way of Alliance. Are you serious? Nico Baby picks it up. Unbelievable that he would put himself in that position. Crystallize with the BKB pop is now going to get initiated on, but the Ink Swell not going to do anything thanks to the BKB. We can't even get Boundless Strike off as Alliance has now turned this game off of one mistake from NaVi. Holy Jesus.
He felt invincible. It's like, my team is behind me. I have BKB, but Alliance get the perfect Ink Swell plus Dragon Tail combo. They BKB Requiem, full damage, everything lands. And that's what happens. You don't have a full-on save. You don't have like an Oracle or a Disruption or something like that. And you have a Naked Rapier. There's no Aegis protecting it. Oh my god, this game is just...
They can't get Megas. They'd have to go for Throne, which they're actually going to attempt to. Medusa is up in 20 seconds, does have buyback. Still with the Stone Gaze available, but no Monkey King for 10. Disruptor is obviously the big one, down for 40 with no buyback whatsoever. They might have to just be happy with this mid-rack Synderen. But still.
Oh my god, look at the win graph. Look.
And he bought back. I didn't even realize. Oh, man.
The win graph, dude. Oh,
Didn't he have like 10 seconds left on buyback? I guess he did 20. It as they were taking the tier 4s.
Magical's got to be feeling so bad. Like last game, he has this death in the middle of the map as the Void Spirit. I think that one was probably less impactful, and they were likely to lose that game anyway. But this is a big one to lose.
Synderen, if I'm
not sure it's his call though. Like we can only speculate.
Well,
maybe they're like, you can go and take this rune. We got you, bro. Don't worry. Like.
Synderen,
whoever makes this call,
if I've learned anything in my 15 years of playing Dota 2 or Dota in general, is that you can always blame your fucking teammates, okay? Just remember that. It's always their fault. Does not matter the context at all. There's always an excuse to be had.
Last game when Magical died in the middle of the map, it's because his team weren't there and hadn't placed 3 wards before.
Yes.
Yes.
He's teaching them a lesson by dying.
Game,
I've been there.
Guys, I only died on the rune because you didn't pick Shadow Demon for this situation.
As they're sitting on a 10k net worth lead at the time. Oh, the smoke behind Magical. I guess he's going for another rapier. I mean, what else can he do?
Yeah, he has to. I think he has to.
God,
this is rough.
almighty.
Like you gotta find a way of killing the Shadow Fiend, but the big difference here is you don't have the same amount of hard lockdown, or rather, the Shadow Fiend has a Satanic and Shan's and Yasha, so all of your stuns last half duration. And if he just gets the Satanic off, you don't have a Dispel for it. So he's gonna hit twice and be full HP, or even once with Rapier. Oh man, that's. I feel so sorry for NaVi, man. What a way.
Oh, they're gonna find the DK. That's not exactly the target you want since he's so tanky. Requiem of Souls. I believe that was 2 of them. Was that a stolen Requiem? Crystallized, getting destroyed inside his own ultimate. Holy jeez. Stone Gaze does go off, doing a decent job, but there's a Soulbind onto 2. Along with the silence to follow, Alliance just trying to bait their time here as there's the jump in from Limp. And this is the beginning of the end for NaVi as Magical pops his BKB, dies shortly after. I was going to say GG to follow.
Oh,
and NaVi just
God.
completely handed this game to Alliance. Oh my God.
Oh.
You okay?
Dude,
okay,
I
buddy?
I don't remember the last time I watched a game and I felt so sorry for a team. Like, I don't want to take anything away from Alliance. This is how you win a game that is super hard. You take that risk, you find that one opportunity and you pounce on it and you get everything. But man, what a way to lose a game. That's gotta feel so bad.
Yeah, that is...
Poor Magical.
Wow, I'm